Shalom, Ambazonia. Good morning, the people of the United Nations Trust Territory of the British Southern Cameroons. Good morning. Good citizens of Ambazonia. Today na number 18 day for number 12 month for the year 2019. My name na Capo Daniel. This one na my daily podcast for Wona. Another enabler, collaborator, dan succumb to the will of the Ambazonian people as Pan-Cameroonian political party, the SDF, candidate for the 2020 election of La République du Cameroon on Ambazonian soil, have withdrawn his candidature. But first, may we start across the Mongo for Yaoundé, colonial capital of Cameroon. Cameroon is a country of shame. As a group of PhD holder, then go for in front of Camerooni Ministry of Higher Education for cry about joblessness. Some of them even take poison as they mourn for their situation of destitution, a country of no hope. Few of them take poison for end their life because that country now a country without a hope, a destituted country where it can be plundered by a bang of Beti Bolo clique of the CPDM and their enablers and collaborators across the territory. Chop money, scratch my back and scratch your own politics without any iota of care for the livelihood of the individual citizens across the territory. A country where national resources that become turned a national cake for share among their pals. A country where grandmammy them for over 70 years they still go for farm for be able to provide food for their grandpicking them. This is intolerable. We have gone and we cannot be a part of this system. We go start today for Mbabising for Ndop, Northern Zone. Over 10 people they done die this past 2 days them from Babising. They have died body them then be abandoned for corner road, including one pregnant woman with 1-year-old pikin. The whole Babisi and Chakara as people they don't run enter off for inside forest where they live under terrible condition for the past 3 days. This followed by action of La République du Cameroon. Their terrorist forces them where they don't invade Babising. They shoot indiscriminately around the area. Fear the grip political cycle them for La République du Cameroon as fuel shortages that then begin show sign. Fuel then became reduced as Gabon will be the supply fuel for La République du Cameroon following Ambazonian sabotage of Sonera. It then became relent. There is fear. Say this Christmas period go see uprising for Douala and Yaoundé if the fuel shortages them continue. The Cameroon government, their strategy for reduce the fuel supply for other provinces and for continue for supply Douala and Yaoundé as priority, it will surely backfire. A complete list of all political participants, enablers, collaborators where they don't register for participate or facilitate the election where they come for 2020, it then be hand out for all Ambazonian forces on the ground for take action. We repeat the warning as a measure for safe life of Ambazonian them. Say me no person where don't participate or register or put a name like candidate for La République du Cameroon plan election for 2020 for Ambazonian soil. Make them withdraw before time it cannot catch with them. It no go still be acceptable. Say me people them run for inside Ambazonia, go shidong for exile for La République du Cameroon capital, Yaoundé and Douala begin act as enabler while the people that they suffer, their villages then be burnt down. Pro-Ambazonian independent fighter that then promise repercussion or seizure of property, including confiscation of hotels who accommodate such enablers where they come from Ambazonia for can campaign either for election or for the special status. Around sacrifice 4 hours for today for personally call some of those candidates them for tell them withdraw for that election for avoid any consequences. Any action will be taken by the forces on the ground against them, it will be only for their head. The Ambazonian population, it don't make them clear on the 22nd of September 2017 and the 1st of October 2017 for demand all representative or purported representative for the territory for withdraw from politics for inside La République du Cameroon and from withdraw from both parliament and senate in compliance with the change in demography in favor of separation from La République du Cameroon. Any person where he go against the people's will should understand that there will be repercussion naturally. It is predictable. This is not a threat. It is a prediction. Action against such individual is imminent. Withdraw your candidacy now. Withdraw from La République du Cameroon Parliament and Senate now, or there shall be repercussion against you, one way or the other, by the pro-independent Ambazonian forces for violating the people's will and demand. While for the district of Boom, Northern Zone, the great state of Boyo, the Fulani heads people them, they don't come visit the palace for serve, for apologize and for tell them, say, those Fulani men them where the worker attack the village people them, the farmers them be sponsored and instigated by La République du Cameroon, and they do not represent the entire community of Hausa, Mororo or Fulani people. Back to Amba, would they still appeal for the Bui Council, the Bui warriors them, loyal to the Sako defunct IG, to release Commander Capora of the ADF, to return back to the barracks and continue the fight against a common enemy, La République du Cameroon. The ADF have demonstrated maximum restraint, and all effort to release Capora peacefully have been met with fake promises over and over again. We demand Capora to be released, and we call on Evis and Brandon in Germany to facilitate this process. Would you want to take this opportunity, say as Christmas it come, even as we go through war, we call on the Ambazonian fighters, in particularly for the Northern Zone, to facilitate the transportation of people visiting the village for burial purposes and to perform traditional rites. Make no undue pressure be put on our people or intimidation be put on our people them for this road them during this period. We can always find a balance between national security and the livelihood of our people. Still for Amba to Amba, a lot of feedback it don't come back for my table due to my comment the one make for Dr. Ayabacho Lucas' speech. A comment we make for Facebook regarding removing the prefix of honorable for all parliamentarians, the way they see be a nebula. A lot of people they ask why are they support, or why would they support Ayabacho Lucas? Is it a personality cult? I want to say that is a wrong question. For the same reason we promote our generals on the ground, General Ivor, and all the Ambazonian generals who are given pride for our struggles on ground zero, because it is effective in prosecuting the war, because those generals have shown incredible leadership, boldness, and mastery of the terrain and what it takes to give us victory for our independence. That is why we promote them. Now the same thing for the diplomacy. We promote Ayabacho Lucas because he's competent, because he's the most charismatic, the most articulate leader we have. It will be stupid for us to keep aside somebody who is efficient, effective, to choose other people or not to promote him because we think other people will be offended. I am unapologetic about my support to somebody I believe is competent enough to do the job and get the job done. And I will repeat it again. We have two leaders that God have given us, Ambazonian, and we will, if we reject them or we downplay them because we want to please people, we will do so at our own peril. We get Seseko Ayoktabi, who is our Mandela in prison, and provides the figurehead of our nation and represent the state of Ambazonia as a result of his incarceration and leadership and pronouncement for inside the Ambazonian struggle and the mobilization we don't bring him. Dr. Ayabacho Lucas remains the revolutionary leader, the charismatic leader, the most effective and competent leader we have to prosecute and lead the revolution from the diaspora. He then draw together the most effective revolutionaries and rebels and activists within the Ambazonian revolution. He has built a formidable military, the biggest on the battlefield and the most equipped on the battlefield. He has been the most effective in terms of diplomacy with OMPO and the recognition of Ambazonian right of self-determination in the Basque country, and his consistent stance to protect the integrity of the Ambazonian people aspiration for independence. These two leaders, the one we carrying Keng for a hand, Seseko Ayoktabi, and the one we carry Kolas for a hand, Dr. Ayabacho Lucas, remains the leaders of the Ambazonian revolution, and they are the leaders of the major and main factions in the revolution with the most significant control of the activity in the conflict with La République du Cameroon, be it diplomatic or on the ground. On the diplomatic side, as pressure mount on La République du Cameroon and France's parliamentarian writes to the United Nations calling for action, Bo Herbert, and those other Rook movement, the way they don't go join the HD, they don't forward run right later, send them for the parliamentarian. For the last paragraph, for that letter, they write and say, no matter how many Ambazonians are slaughtered, this is an unwinnable war. We will settle for less than restoration of independence. What an error for typing or now intentional writing where they talk say they go settle less than restoration. Now a sign for God for this leader them for stop for begin fight for just be the first one for right or for claim credit for the diplomatic progress. For that later, Bo Herbert and the group of the HD negotiators them call themselves the ACT. Then talk say them be very very willing and ready for talk with the French parliamentarian anytime, anywhere. This is unfortunate. Leaders them need for write diplomatic letter for defend and to promote Ambazonian aspiration for independence. They no need for begin right for talk say them be willing and available. The only reason why they fight for right for talk say them be willing and available now for seek recognition through the diplomatic process ahead of other faction them. Diplomacy no supposed to be in a competition. For fight for talk say you be available. It dey like say you don't begin playing at the roof for show say the other groups them they not be available. If the international community want engage or for contact the leader them for the movement them, they will definitely contact them as they will recognize them as being players or partner for the conflict, for the war against La République du Cameroon in terms of their action on the ground and their influence on the revolution and their lobbying job for recognition of Ambazonian independence and statehood. The actions of these leaders them, it provoke a lot of negative reaction. These actions are clearly divisive and the reactions will be blamed on the people who trigger these actions. They bear complete responsibility for the divisiveness of our struggle. Now the same forwardty action them by this same group be sabotage the European Institute of Peace, the biggest and most fairest chance where Ambazonia be get them for negotiate with La République du Cameroon. Now they want to inject themselves into the diplomatic process where the United Nations they call, where the international community they call for a fact-finding mission. They want struggle for fight for go place themselves for day instead for fight for liberate for be recognized as such. They fight now for go negotiate with La République du Cameroon or the international community. All these other small organization, Maurice, the one for Germany led by Dr. Bernadette, they now just organization where they get very insignificant control for ground zero, insignificant followers and membership. They need for stop and learn for take their queer. Me then follow the line for the major faction. Now the natural thing that for any revolution. Now the main and major faction they supposed for they take the lead, while the smaller one them they follow the queer of those major ones them. While for the meantime, audio message they circulate for other parliamentarian candidate we don't withdraw from Momo East, Bengui. Una listen.
Considering the submission and subsequent adoption of Bill number 132/PGL, considering the ongoing war in the two English-speaking regions between government troops and separatist fighters, considering the failure by the President of the Republic, convener of the February 9, 2020 twin elections, which the Northwest and Southwest regions are entities, call for a ceasefire to create an enabling atmosphere for such elections to triumph, considering the ongoing extrajudicial killings in the Anglophone regions, my constituency, Bengui inclusive, I, Mr. Maurice again Fokop, candidate for the post of alternate parliamentarian in Bengui, Momo East constituency, throws in the towel for the race of the 9th of February 2020. By this, I am no longer interested in the said race for the above cited reasons. I now officially withdraw from the said elections, which will be nothing but a sham if they at all hold amid prevailing circumstances. Done in Bengui today, the 17th day of December in the year of our Lord 2019 at 1 minute past 8 p.m. and 7:01 GMT. Maurice again Fokop, candidate, declined for the post of alternate parliamentarian for the Bengui Momo East constituency.
We welcome this resignation, and we call on other parliamentarians candidates for withdraw, and those who they decide participate as enablers and facilitators for inside the parliament, for inside La République du Cameroon Parliament and Senate for withdraw and come back home to Ambazonia. Make we rise up like one man, we hold hand, we hold grass. Every Monday, Independent Day goes down. Make we observe them for sure the world say the people them no be satisfied. They want exit. They want an independent Ambazonia. May our revolution be short. May our independence, democracy, civil liberty be in an independent Ambazonia forevermore. Capo Daniel signing out.
Laga wetin you be another man rocket ye. Tell Boko Haram another man rocket ye. Laga wetin you be another man rocket ye. Tell Boko Haram another man rocket ye. Laga wetin you be another man rocket ye.